Good morning, everyone. I'm continuing the same topic, the freedom movement. Children, in today's class, I will tell you about the civil disobedience movement. Children, Jawaharlal Nehru was demanded for Purna Swaraj, means complete independence. He sent his report to British government with an appeal to get it implemented within 1 year. But the British government neither implemented Nehru's report nor they sent any response. To achieve Purna Swaraj, the people raised the slogan Inqilab Zindabad and Vande Mataram. So children, Congress called a session at Lahore in 1929, which was important in two ways. Firstly, Purna Swaraj or complete independence was declared to be the main objective of Congress. Secondly, the launching of the civil disobedience was announced. The civil disobedience movement led by Mahatma Gandhi in the year 1930 was an important milestone in the history of Indian nationalism. To achieve Purna Swaraj, Mahatma Gandhi protested against the British government. The British government used to put taxes on many items. One of these items was a salt. Gandhiji chosen the salt tax for starting the civil disobedience movement. Behind this, there was a reason. Salt is an item of everyone's daily food diet. Both rich and poor people use salt in their daily diet. So, Gandhiji took salt as a symbol of the civil disobedience movement. In this way, he wanted to brought many people together. Mahatma Gandhi protested against the British government. His protest took the form of the civil disobedience movement. Children, civil disobedience means to break unjust and harsh laws formed by British government in a non-violent manner. Mahatma Gandhi selected the place Dandi in Gujarat for breaking the salt law. Gandhiji started his journey with his selected followers on 12th March 1930. Mahatma Gandhi and his followers marched from Sabarmati to Dandi. They covered the journey of 385 kilometers in 25 days. Gandhiji broke the salt law by preparing salt from the seashore of Dandi. Under the salt law, Indians were not allowed to manufacture salt on their own. Instead, they had to buy it from the British at a high price. With a handful of self-made salt, Gandhiji gave a challenge to the British Empire. The Dandi March symbolized the refusal of the Indians to live under British-made laws. The movement saw participation of the people in large numbers throughout the country. The civil disobedience movement continued till 1934 and many of the leaders, including Gandhiji himself, were arrested. The British introduced the Government of India Act of 1935 to please the Indian leaders. But the Indians were not happy since in practice all power still remained with the British. So the civil disobedience movement was started by Gandhiji with the Dandi March in 1930. Children, in today's class, I told you about the civil disobedience movement. Now, in my next class, I will tell you about the Quit India movement. Thank you, children.